Hey guys, Buffy Game back today, bringing a video. And today we're running Tactical Weapons Part 7, I want to say. Whatever the title is what number it is. I lost track at this point. But Tactical Weapons Part 7, feel this is a good way to kick off the new string of videos here going forward. Like I said, we'll be doing live streams on Sundays. Memberships are live on the channel. You guys can check those out. I'll be throwing in probably another membership-only stream one day a week as well. And then we'll be doing at least 1 or 2 videos a week for now. Keeping it light, but we are back in some capacity. So, first off, take a look at the awesome Rangers of the Spec Group Milsim skin and then the Cortac Fender skin. Love the way these look. I'll be covering the Spec Group skin here in a separate video, most likely. But we did purchase that on stream the other night as well. So let's go ahead now. Jump into the weapons. We're gonna run through these. I have I think like 6 or 8 to get through here. So run through these relatively quickly. Not gonna go through all the specifics for the pros and cons, but you'll see here really the purpose of this weapon here, this MCX Verto. This is really, I'm trying to build something as similar as possible to the old LVAW that I used to have in Modern Warfare 2019. Obviously, we don't have the integral suppressor, unfortunately, but tried to make it at least look as close as possible. So I feel this stubby suppressor here, this 3D printed one, almost gives it the look of an integral suppressor. Not quite, obviously, but still pretty close, I would say. So the closest we're going to get for now, unless they add the integrally suppressed barrel for the LVAW. So we're running the Borehead 3D printed suppressor. This suppressor, I mean, this is going to give you the best recoil control for any suppressor. The only con here is the damage at range, but best recoil control, sound suppression, smoothest control. The con is stability and damage at range, but honestly, with this type of weapon, fast rate of fire, we can honestly make up for that in other categories. I think the recoil control you're getting for this with the suppression is almost worth it, I would say, particularly with the barrel that we're running, which is just the base barrel. So this is really made for close to medium range engagements with the fast rate of fire of the MCX Verto, so the M13. Next up, we are running the 5 milliwatt short shot, the green laser here. You can also run the 7 milliwatt. I prefer the green laser. I just feel like it's easier to keep eyes on target. And we're going to max that up to aiming stability there, so we get that. And then for the tuning here for the suppressor, max aim idle stability and recoil smoothness. And then we're going to run with the hybrid sight, the EOTech with the flip. We're running with the Battlefield Promotion blueprint here because it just looks amazing. And obviously we're going to be tuning that to eye position all the way to far. Then we're going to run with the Verto collapsible buttstock, or the foldable buttstock here. So this is going to be the Flash V4 stock. Going to give us cons of aiming stability and recoil control, but obviously it's going to help out your ergonomics greatly. So we're going to run that, and we're going to tune it to aiming idle stability max. And then we're going to run the Lockwood Precision Grip, and I'm running the blueprint here for the Union Guard to give us that kind of the black and tan type look here. And again, we're going to tune that all the way to max aim down sight speed and hip recoil control. And that is our final option for the MCX Verto, trying to replicate as close as possible to the LVAW, or low visibility assault weapon, or the Black Mamba that we used in Modern Warfare 2019. So that's that weapon. We'll jump into the gunsmith here and the gun range in a minute. Here we have the full auto Deagle. So I'll be running through this maybe in a conversion video, but for this one here, I'm trying to give it the max recoil control. So we're gonna run the crown brake here. It's gonna give us vertical and horizontal control. We're gonna just run a regular optic here. You can run whichever one you want. I prefer the Vintage 40. Kind of gives me a good precise picture, I feel. The resistance grip is gonna give us recoil control. 13 round for max ammo, and the Bruin Warrior grip on that one. So let's go ahead and run these in the gunsmith. Go ahead and back out. So here's our M13 looking gorgeous. So let's go ahead and just see the hip fire. I love the animation of the weapon during the hip fire. You can see green laser is much easier to see when you're ADS versus the red. I just feel like it helps keep shots on target much better than the red laser, especially given a lot of visibility in the game sometimes. So you can see green is just much easier to see. Very accurate weapon, beautiful looking build right there. Then we have the full auto Deagle here. So this thing just, it sounds like a beast. You'll see here, go full auto. Love it. it's going to be 2 shots, or 3 shots at the long range target there. So you can also tap fire this, just like a regular deagle, which I like. Obviously, you have a little bit less damage because it's full auto, but thing is a beast. So a lot of fun to use. This would be a lot of fun, especially in close quarters combat to use against enemies. So, whoops, thing's a beast. Let's go ahead and back out. Next up, we have the RM277 and a Mark 17 build. So let's go ahead and look at the RM277. This is more of a, I would say, true to life build with the actual optic that comes with the weapon. So we have the RM277. We're going with the Cronin SPDR. This is the suppressor that came with this particular weapon. This is the weapon, the suppressor it comes with in real life. So you can see the stats there. We're gonna tune it up to max bullet velocity and recoil smoothness. But I'm actually gonna change that. Idle stability is a little bit better, I feel. Go ahead and do that. Going with the short barrel again, just because in real life, a couple different variations of this, but the short barrel version, the suppressor's right on the end of that. That looks like a little soda can on the end. So we'll go with that. Again, tune it to recoil control. Then we're going to run with the all-EV laser. So you can see right there, the all-EV laser. Tuned it to max aiming stability. And then we're going to run with the Vigilant 30C iron. So this is going to give us that 8 times magnification with the canted mounted iron sights on there. We'll tune that eye position to far. And then we're going to run the 6.8 composite polymer cased ammunition of the 6.8 by 51 millimeter. So that is the RM277, more real to life variant of the weapon. Just looks gorgeous. Thing is a lot of fun to use too. I love the composite ammo. Now for the Mark 17, this again, the Battlefield promotion blueprint. We covered that on the channel the other week. Just a great looking blueprint overall. I think this is my favorite looking blueprint. One of 2 blueprints with the Mark 17 that gives you a top pick mounted laser option on there. So laser, flashlight, whichever, PEC 15, whatever you're going to mount on there, it's going to be mounted on the top pick rail instead of the right pick rail. So we're going to run with the short barrel option here. This is a Mark 17 CQC. Going to give the short barrel option. We'll tune that to max recoil steadiness. Going to run with the green laser option here. So the LAS 44 going to give us the aiming down sight speed and aiming stability. And again, green because I just feel like it's easier to see. We'll tune that to max aiming stability. Gonna run with the hammer optic there on position, eye position far. Then the buttstock that comes with this, max tuned to aim idle stability. And then the bipod grip here that comes with the blueprint, aim down sight speed and hip recoil is what we want for that. So that's our Mark 17 CQC. Beautiful weapon, very similar to kind of like what I would run in Modern Warfare 2019 minus short barrel there. So let's go ahead and we'll jump in, take a look at these bad boys. So here's the RM277. Go ahead and let this thing rip. Start with the close quarter target. I like that you can tap fire that. You can also switch it to semi-auto also. But there we go. The RM277. It's a great weapon. Here we go with the Mark 17 CQC. Again, this blueprint, hands down, my favorite blueprint in the game. Just that dirty, worn, battle-hardened looking Mark 17. Go ahead and let this thing rip. Again, green laser, very easy to see. Sounds like a beast. And again, we have the bipod grip here, so we can also mount this thing, which is very helpful. Go ahead and mount for the far target. That's our Mark 17 CQC, just a beast. That 7.62 by 51 millimeter sounds very intimidating. Next up, we'll run with the M110 SAS. So this is a build I ran actually on the stream the other day. If you guys checked out the return stream, this is the build. I think it's beautiful. I'll cover it when I cover one of the games that we had out there. We had a really good game out of that. So we're going to run the Cronin LRS. This is the integrally suppressed barrel option to give us the sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range. Go ahead and tune that to max damage range and recoil steadiness. We're going to run with the all-EV laser on the right-hand pick rail. Tune that to max idle stability. And then the CZ Heat Source 800. I just feel this optic complements the weapon perfectly. It's an 8.7 times magnification, and you get the thermal target identifier. So it works really well, especially when you're in the new underground areas and it's dark. Gonna run with that M16 stock here for recoil control and tune it all the way to aiming stability and aim down sight speed. And then we're gonna run with the bipod grip on this thing, tuned to max aim down sight speed and hip recoil control. The pistol here we're not actually covering in this particular video, so go ahead. Here's our M110 SAS. This thing is a beast, especially if you're pairing this with a team. You have like 1 or 2 snipers on your team. This is a really good third option because you can just pepper those targets. Fast rate of fire. You have 20 round magazine, up to a 30 or even a 50 if you really wanted to. And you can mount with the bipod grip. So it's really kind of like a dual weapon, and you can even run this thing as just a beast at close quarters also. Some of the builds I have there, like the SR25, the Delta, the EMC build. It's going to be a 2-shot at the longer ranges also. Obviously, it's going to be dependent on armor and game. But you can get a really fast rate of fire on this thing. So that's the M110 SAS, all black. I think it looks really, really aesthetically pleasing in all black for some reason. I was feeling the black camo on stream the other day, so it's actually just the base camo, not even running the black camo. I think it's the base camo on it is black, and it just looks like dirty and worn a little bit versus the black solid camo. So that's the RM110 SAS. Next up, last pair of weapons here. This one's for my boy Windows XP. I'll do another video more particularly on this, but Union Guard, we're going to be making a M4A1 SOP mod build here. So we're going to start with the Union Guard blueprint. We're going to run with the Mark 18 barrel option here. So that's the 11.5 inch TH4 barrel, and we're going to tune that again to max damage at range, recoil control. The all EV laser tuned to max aiming stability, and with this blueprint you get some really solid cable management. You can see there on the top pick. And then we're going to run with the hybrid sight. Again, this is the Battlefield Promotion blueprint option, so you can see the difference between these. And we're going to tune that all the way to eye precision far. We're going to run with the SOP mod stock and tune that to max idle stability. SOP mod stock is the Turret Span 9, which comes with the SR25. And then we're going to run the 40mm grenade launcher on that. So that's our M4A1 SOP mod. Looks just like a beast. I love this thing. You can see the tan and eyes build there. We got the tan 15 mounted on the right-hand pick. We got the tan EOTech with the flip. Tan grip, tan mag, just looks really, really nice. Unfortunately, we can't make it a tan SOP mod stock like we could in 2019. Otherwise, it would almost be perfect. So that's our SOP mod. Next up, we have a really nice AK74M Build. I was using something semi-similar on stream, which I'll cover in another video as well. I think it was actually very close to this, minus a couple attachments. But the Havoc 90, I still feel this is the best recoil control muzzle attachment for any of the lower caliber assault weapons. So those 5.56, 5.45, this is the one you want for max recoil control. Tune it to recoil stabilization, gun kick. And then we're going to run that Zenico sport barrel on there for max damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control. Tune that to recoil steadiness and damage at range. We're going to run that same hybrid flip sight tuned from Battlefield Promotion blueprint tuned to far. Then we're going to run the F-Tech Elite stock, and we're going to tune, that's going to give us recoil control on there. And actually what we want to do is the Enforcer blueprint looks a little bit nicer on there. So we'll tune that out to max aim idle stability. And then we're going to run the Bruin tilt grip to kind of replicate a Zedigo RK0, I believe it is, or an RK1 grip. Going to run that and tune it to aim down sight speed and hip recoil control. So that is our Alpha AK74M. Looking really clean. Go ahead and back out. Go ahead and jump into the gunsmith with these two. So first we have our M4A1 SOP mod. Looks really clean. Go ahead and let this thing rip. Really nice build there. Looks really clean, especially with the grenade launcher. Pretty accurate too, given the attachments we have. A really accurate build. And now they added the actual iron sights, or I guess the crosshairs for the grenade launcher here in the gun range. So it's a little bit easier to actually see where you're aiming now, which is nice. So that's our M4A1 SOP mod with the undermounted 203. Go ahead and switch it up to the AK74M, the Alpha AK74M This thing just looks... This is, I think, one of the more aesthetically pleasing weapons in the game right now. Just looks super clean. You could even run a hammer on this thing if you wanted, so let's go ahead and let it rip. That beautiful Iraqi reload on there. Beautiful. AK74M, the Alpha AK74M. And that'll do it for our tactical weapon builds part, whatever this is, part 7, part 8. It'll be in the title. But again, we covered the really sweet M13 MCX Verto build, trying to replicate the LVAW. Got that full auto Deagle, which was just newly added at the mid-season. We have the RM277, or the Acubus, I think it's called in real life. It has a couple different nicknames. From General Dynamics. Then we have the CQC Mark 17. Then we have the M110 SAS. And then we have the M4A1 Sub Mod with the Alpha AK74M. So let me know which one was your favorite. Drop a like down below. Again, memberships are live on the channel. Best way to support the channel, though, regardless, is going to be to just watch the ads. That's the best way to do it. Like, share, subscribe. All the social media links are down below for Instagram, Twitter, as well as Discord. We have a good community down there. Twitch, all of that down there. Go ahead and check it out. Till next time, it's Buffner Gaming with tactical weapons. Till next time, Buffner Gaming out.